Testing audio. Guys, if you can hear me okay, please give me a yes in the chat box. Let me know if the audio is clear or if it's coming in choppy. Okay, again, good morning, everyone. Please let me know if you're able to hear me okay. All right, good morning. All right, guys, let's get started. Taking a look. Actually want to address oil for a moment. Definitely was able to capitalize off of it rising, and I expect it to continue rising. All right, ladies and gentlemen, oil is looking like it is ready to go. Yep, like it. All right, good morning, everyone. Please let me know if you're able to hear me in the chat. Testing, 1, 2. Testing. Okay. I believe audio should be working, ladies and gentlemen. Just again, let me know. All right, guys, we have oil and gold looking pretty good for buying opportunities. So please pull up those commodities. Okay, and again, guys, if you're able to hear audio, please let me know. Again, good morning, everyone. If you're able to hear me, please give me a yes in the chat box. Good morning, Tanya. You're not able to hear me? Okay. All right, there we go. Appreciate that. All right, is it clear or is it choppy? How are you getting it? All right, perfect, perfect. Thank you for that. So I can get rocking and rolling now. I want you guys to pull up oil. All right. Oil is looking ready for a buy right now. Okay. Gold is also on its way. Next up is the odd dollar. Okay. This looks like it's going to rise. This is we almost have like a little cup and handle pattern here on the odd dollar, guys. There's our cup. Okay, there's the handle, and then we got the breakout of it. All right, typically, after the breakout, we should have the retest and then the run, right? So we haven't really gotten any pullback. Just once it broke out, it's been rising ever since. Okay, so we want to come down to the lower time frame, and what we can see is that it's getting ready to break the high of yesterday, which is right here. Okay, and here is the low of yesterday, right about there. Okay, so got some alerts set on the odd dollar, guys. If it breaks the high, all right, because again, we do have a break of structure here. Right, I know these candles are all bunched up. A lot of times you can't tell, if it broke structure or changed structure, what have you, because it all looks like it's consolidating for the most part, which it is. Um, but sometimes when you go to a lower time frame, you can get to see those breaks of structure or those change of characters. All right, so here again was the high, and I see we just broke above it slightly, right, from a body standpoint, not from a wick standpoint. And because of that, I would consider this area as, I'll say right about here, as our order block, all right, and it's already been mitigated, okay? So that is a buyer's order block. This is the last bear candle before we pushed up and broke this high, okay? There was one here, but again, we already, so again, just got the alert set for if the odd dollar rises, we're going to be looking for a buy on the odd dollar. If you just joined, we're getting ready to get into oil for a buy, ready to get into gold for a potential buy, and the odd dollar for a potential buy. This morning we do have news for the CAD dollar. All right, they have CPI. All right, CPI is typically huge, especially for the dollar. All right, so this may be another major day in regards to trading opportunities on the CAD pairs. All right, so it looks like, let me see, they're expecting inflation to go down, go down, go down. All right, so they're expecting their inflation to go down, and from previous CPI news with the dollar, when they expected it to go down, and it actually went down, that actually was bad news for the dollar, and it caused it to tank. All right, so we may have that same situation on our CAD pairs. All right, and that's at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So guys, look out for that. All right, but dollar. All right, just to set the stage. Okay, guys, dollar right now still hovering at the previous day's high. All right, and if you guys can see that, try to get that together for you guys. Here it is. Right, so we marked our order block. Where did we get that one from? Right here. All right, on the 2-hour time frame. Last bull candle before we broke structure made the new low. Now we've pulled back to it and we're hovering right at that order block. And just, man, a lot of times when I see this, it's typically good, okay? But when you see that price, it's just, this was that high on yesterday, and it's tapping it, falling, coming up to it, nothing, coming again, nothing. You know what I mean? It's just, thou shall not pass or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's just a tattletale sign that, it should fall, all right? Not that it will, but definitely should. So here, kind of got a bit of a trend line that we can utilize, in case we get that break below this trend line, right? We can kind of feel better about it continuing to fall. But kind of a bullish little flag or a little pennant or what have you, so we could still break out of here, right? But time will tell, all right? We don't really have any dollar news coming out today, so there shouldn't be too much to worry about, all right? But back over to everything else, and had some pound pairs go off, so probably not going to get too much out of the dollar this morning, so we can, kind of skip the majors, but we'll keep our eye on them, or at least have some alerts set. All right, so here on the pound odd, okay, we're overall bearish. All right, I'm actually going to close out my trade for 105 pips. I'll take it. All right, and we made a new low, but now we're just consolidating in between the high and the low of yesterday. So, and doesn't look like much. All right, there's not much opportunity here. Again, we do have somewhat of a double bottom right here, but it's not pretty. And quite frankly, I just don't like it for a trading opportunity, guys. So I will skip it. All right, just one moment. All right, over to pound CAD. Just broke yesterday's high, and that should indicate that it will go higher. All right. Looks like we may have had a fair value gap. And pound I'm sorry, odd dollar and pound odd. Let's take a look at those really quick. Again, this looks like it's going to do its thing, guys. It's just so tough because, we can jump the gun right now. We got 11 minutes left on this, and it is creating this very tiny gap to the upside. All right, so just going to mark this out. Okay, but that candle needs to close for this to be official as a fair value gap to the upside. But what I'm getting at is that we could probably enter this now and then, just have our stops right below this order block, or even potentially below the low of yesterday, which is still less than 50 pips. All right, and then we'll aim for our 1 to 2. And there it is. Okay, so we're looking at an 89 pip take profit for 44 pip stop loss. All right, that I like that. And again, I'm just gonna wait just a little bit. I'm actually gonna set an alert to let me know if it kind of gets a little lower, and then we'll probably buy it for sure. Right now, it is pushing. And what is the dollar doing? Not much just yet, but I think we're gonna get the fall. We will see. All right. That's the better way to go. Okay. Euro dollar also looks bullish. Okay. We've done our push up. We've done our pullback. Now, the way that we're crawling up, I don't really like that. It looks like it can still fall again, which is why I have the alerts. So we'll see, what it's going to be, but it looks bullish. All right. Pound dollar. Look, my team, we called it. Congratulations, guys. You have woke up to profits once again. All right. And here we are with the break of the trend line. And we came back into the previous day's low. And voila, it started to rise. We're up 50 pips. And we're aiming for 140. All right. So things are looking good. Of course, we may get a pullback due to the new break. All right. And we're breaking this high. So expect some sort of pullback. Don't be scared. All right. And then eventually we will continue to rise. All right. New Zealand dollar. Like the odd dollar, right? We just wanted to get above the high of of yesterday, and then we'll, get into it. All right. Here's odd dollar doing this thing, guys. We might be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to take it. I do know this is a bit premature. Dollar to fall so that the odd dollar can rise. Guys, I'm buying the odd dollar now. I'm also going to buy oil, right? Okay, guys, here's the odd dollar play. Guys, your entry is 0.67342. Okay, stop loss is 0.66886. That is for 45 pips. Take profit is 0.68208. Okay, and that is for 86 pips. All right, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button for me. Really appreciate that. All right, guys, if you're not in gold, please go ahead and buy gold now. And if you need the play, here it is. I will pop it in the chat, but please let me know if you dollar CHF, because the dollar looks like it's going to fall. And what do you know? CHF has broken the previous day's low. Get my alerts that is pushing lower. I'm most likely going to sell this with a very tight stop loss. All right. So this is a 34 pip stop loss, and I think I can get away with a 25 pip stop loss. All right. Let's look at a higher time frame. Where can we aim for? We can aim all the way down here. All right. So let's see. Push it. And there it is. Let's see. Was it all the way there? Yep. All right. So guys, we have a great chance of the dollar CHF falling, and our position looking like this: a 1 to 3, 25 pips for almost 100. Okay, now again, this is playing it very tight, right? If you want to survive this, you most likely want to get above the previous high of the day for 56 pips. Now, you don't quite have a 1 to 2, but we can adjust that. And there it is, all right? 113 for 56 pip stop loss, all right? But again, I kind of feel like we can get away with a bit of a tighter stop loss on this, right? So I'm going to do that. But again, guys, please know what it is, all right? This is a riskier trade because I'm not giving it the room to breathe if it decides that it wants to pull back, all right? So always keep that in mind. Don't just, take it as I'm taking it, right? Make sure that it makes sense to you on how you want to go about your risk. All right, this is how I prefer to take this, right? Because again, the way that it's pushing down, it's not ideal. It's in a like a falling wedge, kind of pattern here, or where you have it. See like this. So I have a feeling it could still kind of break out, right? But with this tight stop loss, right? If it does, okay, it's like I'm just losing 20 cents, and then turn around, I'll catch it again, and then I'll make up for the 25 pips. But if my stop loss is above the high of the, it could go ahead and do its dance all it wants to do, right? Just as long as it doesn't take me out and then, start to fall after that. But, just for me, because the dollar is looking promising that it's going to fall. This is just me taking a risk with a tight stop loss of, here it is, about, put it right above here. That's 28 pips. All right. But I will wait for the alerts to go off a little bit more on this, and then we'll go and take that. But let's get over to oil. I don't want to miss it. Okay, guys. Yeah, this looks picture perfect. Get a little tighter. All right, guys, I'm going in. All right, we're buying oil. Again, if there's any pair that you guys want to take a look at, please pop it in the chat. Tell you we're going to evaluate gold, or I'll give you that play. Just, okay, I'm actually going to put that oil right below the previous day's low by just a hair of his chinny chin chin. Okay, and let's see. All right, we do have our 1 to 2. All right, guys, here's the oil play. $72.82. Stop loss is going to be 70.90, and take profit is going to be 76.86. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why I got bunched together like that. All right, but alerts are set to let us know that it's going in our favor. But guys, this is just a very great setup, okay, on oil, especially if the dollar falls. Oil typically will rise because of that. But then if you guys are following the news, there's so much going on, um, from a, we're on the brink of war, kind of standpoint once again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But, oil is going to be needed. So get ready for that, all right? Don't be surprised if a little later this morning this thing explodes and then you hear about it all in the news. You're going to feel psychic because we've already covered it, right? So, you know, that's the reason for the buy. Of course, with it lining up with market structure, just run, pull back. Guess what's next? The run. All right. And that's what we're looking for. So gold, Tanya, here is where we are, because it's basically where we got in from yesterday. And we're still alive. So it's looking good right now, but here it is. It's 2027. Stop loss is and take profit is 2084. All right. And again, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button for me. I really appreciate the love. All right. Dollar CHF, see how it's doing this little, again, it's a little iffy. And, I've seen this movie before. So just a little cautious, but, just depending on what the dollar does. And if these alerts get triggered, I'll take my chances. All right. Um, let's look at our odd dollar. All right. So I need some alerts because we are in the buy right now. All right. Okay. All right. So oil looking good, gold looking good, and odd dollar looking good. Let's look at these pound pairs again because they were going off. Okay, pound CAD, pound CHF, pound New Zealand, pound JPY. Okay, JPY looks like it can drop. It's just mitigated this order block here, and it's made a massive move up, breaking the previous day high. We have not gotten any pullback. Oh, well, actually, we did get it here. Wow, it went all the way to the order block. And that's so crazy. Okay, crazy but not crazy, but you guys get it. Here, again, this is buyer's order block that was mitigated. Block was mitigated as well, so it took it out. This one and this one all in one go, and it just shot up. Now we're rejecting right on time at the right, so just mitigated that, and I have the alert set. So guys, if we start pushing down on the pound JPY, I will definitely take it for a sell, all the way to this little consolidation area, if you will. There's also a little order block sitting here, so position would look like this. All right, stop right above the order block. That's 65 pips. All right, if we get in now, it'll be 43 pips. I wouldn't mind getting in, now, because I'm getting in from the order block, and I can get away with a very, tight stop. I know 45 pips may not seem tight for most pairs, right? Tight is like 15, 20, right? But 45 on the GJ is definitely a tight stop, okay? And then coming down, we can get a 1 to 5 for about 236 pips to the downside. That kind of risk to reward is one that, I'm comfortable with, all right? So I am going to wait, though, because, again, it's doing this little dance, and I would prefer, all right, so we're getting some kind of double top here on this 5-minute time frame, and that's what I want to see, stuff that's just kind of showing me that the bears are showing up. That way I can feel better about, the trade, getting into it for a sell. All right, so push these a little tighter. The spread seems to be very tight, just less than 2, right? But what I'm seeing is I can place myself a nice little trend line. Okay, just like that. All right, it's not the tightest, but there it is. Okay, and I would like to see that get broken. Is this low right here to get broken? Okay, and if that happens, then I'm definitely going to be selling the GJ with a very tight stop loss. All right, but as of right now, nothing is popping. All right, so getting out of there, but you guys can see, where we're aiming for. I mean, how this could play out. All right, dollar CAD looks like it's going to rise. Just broke this trend line from here. Okay, and pushed up, consolidated, respecting this fair value gap. Again, could rise. So, that would be the opposite of what the dollar index looks like it wants to do, right? See, now we're starting to fall, but we just got to wait. That's all it is, guys. When you do this enough, you really start to see the light and understand. It's just about marking up your charts, making sure things are showing you what it needs to show you. And if it's not, just waiting for it to do so. And once it does, then you go ahead and pull the trigger with no emotions, because, it's just hey, is the light green? Yeah, it's green. All right, go. Right? That's just, it's just that simple. But, people don't wait for that green light. You know what I mean? And that's where the mistakes come in. All right, dollar CHF. Now we're pushing down a little bit. All right, guys. And it's because, again, the dollar is starting to push down a little bit. So this is looking more promising before it's all over with. All right. But the alerts will kind of let us know. All right, pound New Zealand, what's going on with you? All right, you're rising. Uh, yeah, it's not. It's just too, like, it's too uppy downsy. All right, it's not really, you know, just up down, up down. All right, so leaving it alone. GJ needs to come through. Dollar CAD probably, again, has the structure to rise. But if the dollar falls, who knows? Maybe this could all be broken and we tank below. But it just doesn't look good for a sell at the moment. Dollar CHF definitely looks good for the sell. We might have to get in it now before we miss the boat. Let's take a look at the dollar. Man, see, this is, it's always like this where, like, you're waiting and you always have to, like, continue to wait, because even though it looks like it's going to go, we got a minute, and it could reject this trend line like it's been doing in the past, right? So it's like we need the situation where we get a candle that's much below these wicks, right? With the body below it. If we can get that, then it's definitely go time. But leading up and waiting, and it sucks sometimes. But if this candle was to reject this trend line and start rising, then you'll feel. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, method to the madness, but you got to be down to, just be patient and wait for things to come to you. If you're not, then, all right, euro dollar is going off. So again, looks like it's going to rise. We can get away with the position on this as well if the dollar falls. So here's a 57 pip stop below the low of yesterday, okay, which is still good in my book. And then aiming for that 1 or 2. Okay, right there. Let's look at the higher time frame. And what do you know? It's right at this wick right here. All right, roughly. Okay, so we can even push it down to the body, and now you guys can kind of see how, look, even in the past, look at this, right? It's just a special place. All right, and that's what we'll be aiming for. So coming back down, lower time frame. Okay, guys, I'm going to get into the euro dollar for a buy. All right, we are in the odd dollar for a buy, and not moving too much. Excuse me. Euro dollar. Okay, we're gonna get in it in a second. Let me just adjust these alerts. Oh man, nice retest, guys. I'm gonna get in. Yeah, right now. That was a nice retest to the high of the day, respecting it. Right, it broke it, pull back, respect. We got two bull candles now. Granted, this has 20 minutes left, but if we keep going lower, we can see, right, we got 5 minutes left on this candle. And if we go here, boom, look at all the bulls, right? So this is really all I needed to see. Of course, we could, just kind of pull back right here to this area before we rise. Okay, that has not been really mitigated. Right, so we can get that before we get the rise. But where our stop loss is, okay, is below the low of the previous day. So we're going to survive any of this, any of this, any of this, right? And then we'll still be in the mix, all right? So again, always, method to the madness, but you guys just got to know what it is, all right? And just setting some more alerts. Okay, there it is. But let's just mark these. So we're looking for the buy. We're looking for the sell. GJ. And what's going off? Euro, pound, dollar. All right, my team. Guys, looks like we're rising. All right. So let's go ahead and get into that Euro USD. Man, this looks so beautiful, guys. 62 pips. Congratulations. Excellent. Euro dollar. I'm buying it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. All right. So about 57 pips, I believe it was. Take profit. Let's do 110. Okay, 115. There it is. Kaboom. And we're in profit, guys, by the euro dollar. All right. We can get away with a tighter stop. Kaboom. And oh, what do you know? Right on the money. All right, let's get some alerts going to let us know that we are absolutely in the money. All right, here's the play. It's going to be entry is 1.09432. 1.08903, and that is for 52 pips. Okay, take profit is going to be 1.10582, and that is for 115 pips. And guys, there you go. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me. All right, guys, we are in a few plays this morning. We are in the odd dollar for a buy, and we're in profit. Euro dollar also for a buy, and we're getting up there. All right, let's adjust these alerts. All right, we're looking at GJ for a fall, but again, this is why you wait, because it's respecting that trend line and could still rise. All right, dollar CHF. And look, we got our break of this little trend line, guys. I'm going to take it. All right, so selling USD CHF. Let's get to the higher time frame, get away from the noise on the lower time frame. Okay, there it is. So again, guys, I'm going to get away with a very tight stop loss. Okay, and aiming for that rough. Get this like this and that like this. All right, here we go, guys. Dollar CHF for the sell. Pull it up and hop in. All right, dollar CHF, sell now. Okay, entry is going to be 0.86533. Okay, stop loss is going to be 0.86783, and that is for 25 pips. All right, this is a still as we are moving so far. All right, and take profit 0.85467, and that is for 106 pips. All right, guys, get in where you fit in. All right, we are seeing green early, and it's just looking good. All right, so please get in where you fit in. And guys, if there's any pair that you want to take a look at, please let me know, and we will take a look at it. All right, there goes gold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't miss the boat. Okay, and I feel like oil will follow right behind. Nas team, we're in profit once again. All right, we took this about, I want to say yesterday as well. And now we're up a few points, and it's looking good as the dollar has now broken our trend line and looks like it wants to continue falling. So we'll see. But so far, things are starting to look good. Okay, US 30 had the double top, but never really played out. And now it looks like it wants to push up. SPY, same situation, broke the high, respected it, and now it looks like it wants to rise even higher. All right, guys, so it may be a very Merry Christmas on these indices, all right, but time will tell. And as we get into the early morning, as of 8:30, I'm sorry, the CAD pairs are going to be the ones to take a look at. So already, definitely down on the CAD CHF. Oh, this CAD JPY is just kind of weird right now with whatever's going on with it. We could still drop because this low that we broke a little deeper. A dollar going off. All right, music to our ears. Let's see. Yep, we are up there. That's the previous day's high. That's good. Euro dollar, we're up about 3 pips, and that's going. Pound dollar did its consolidation and now shooting off. We're up 65 pips. GJ, what are you doing? Still playing. Dollar CHF, we're in profit barely, but we're seeing the bearish pressure now coming in, and it's looking good. All right, just get as many alerts as we can. And there it is, man. Things are just, going off. Again, euro dollar. All right. So oil shocker again should start taking off in a little bit, but again, patience is a virtue, guys. If you have your stop loss set, let things play out. See how it goes. Give it 24 hours, right? Everybody's sweating bullets. It's like when you go, you're looking at the time, and it's like, damn, it feels like 4 hours have gone by, and it's only been. And so, guys, you got to break that habit of just, seeing price go against you and wanting to get out, right? We've done all this. When we see a little red, we're just going to throw that out the window, right? Come on, like make it make sense, okay? You did all this for a reason. Now you gotta, you made your bed, you gotta lay in it. It's the only way you're gonna be able to tell whether or not you know what you're doing or not, okay? And if you can never figure out if you understand what's going on, or if you know what you're doing, or if you're able to predict this and win trades or make money, then you're never gonna have the confidence to continue doing this. So if you don't have the confidence to continue, well, there goes all your hopes and dreams for whatever you thought this was going to be able to, do for you. Everybody else is having success. What's the difference, right? What's the difference between you and them? I'll tell you, all right? Lack of patience, of laying in your bed and letting things play out, lack of showing up, right? Lack of discipline. The list goes on, all right? I'm not here to bash anyone, but I do want to point out, hey, if you are not having success, right, there's reasons for that, right? And if you really want to resolve it, well, adjust those reasons and you'll see a big difference. All right, I promise you. So, yeah, gold is now in profit, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I don't really see anything else that was like promising, unless you guys know of something that's kind of set up and ready to rock and roll. Let me know. But I think this will do it, guys. Um, yeah, these major pairs are going to do us enough justice. Odd dollar, euro dollar, right? My team already, is killing pound. JPY could be on the way. All right, I see it doing its little dance here. All right, kind of broke the trend line, but not really. But we'll see. And dollar CHF doing this pullback. All right, because we do have fair value gap here. Okay. And we have another one right below it. Okay. So we could rise to those gaps and then fall. Or we could just fall, right? You know, that's what we're looking at. Okay, guys, any questions, any comments, any concerns? Let me know. W stream, what is a fair value gap? So a fair value gap is where you see, let me get this right. Oh man. Okay. A fair value gap is when you have that have created a gap. So I'm going to illustrate it with a drawing, but it's right here, but I just want to show you. You got a candle here. Boom, bam, bam. Oh no, won't give it to me. Hold on. Okay, that's one. That's two. Oh, come on now. That's three. All right. So you have one candle here, you have another candle right here, and then you have another one here. All right. When you have any three candles, whether they're bulls or bears, right? And we can do, we can just, let me get this right, one sec. And it doesn't love me today. Oh God. Okay. All right. So let's do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. All right. And then this is green. These are your bull candles. All right. Boom. Okay. So in the bear example, right? This first candle, we're always counting three candles. So just, keep that in mind, right? And out of these three candles, right? The first one, number one, number two, and number three. Out of these candles, what you notice when we talk about these fair value gaps is that between these three candles, number one and number three do not share price. Okay, what that means is here's the lowest this candle went on number one, right, at a price point that it closed, right here at 86.48, and then number three, right, it opened at 86.46. All right, so between the close of one and the open of three, it skipped all of this pricing that you see here with candle number two, right? So these two, the third candle and the first candle and the third candle, they don't touch, right? So because of that, we look at that as a gap in price, which it is, right? There was a major push down, meaning all it's showing you is that when this first candle closed, there was so much heavy bearish pressure on the next candle that when that third candle finally opened, there was a huge gap between that first and that third candle. That's really all it is to identify the fair value gap. But what that means is that there was more selling pressure. The selling pressure was quick, right? It just happened very, very quickly. And because of that, it created this imbalance. It created these gaps that show that price was just moving, right? It had a force behind it to get it to move. And we look at that to say, oh, okay, this is where the institutions most likely place their orders because retail traders we don't have enough capital to really make this push, uh, you know, on how you see it on the chart, right? When you see these really big moves down, we're not doing that, all right? That's the banks, the institutions, the hedge funds, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the big boys and girls that are playing this game that are causing that. So once you get that, all we do is we take a rectangle tool, or you can use this indicator by Nephew Sam. All right, look it up, FVG. Again, it's for fair value gap. All right, and again, in trading view at least, right? Let me get to it. All right, I'll take this away 1 second. Oh, all right, here, and just go to the top to indicators, and then search for FVG, and there you have it, Nephew Sam, right? Put a star next to it. That'll put it in your favorites. And then you come here and turn it on. And when you do, let me just show you what it does. So we're on the 5 minute. Okay. If you turn it on, it'll show you all the fair value gaps that there are, throughout the chart. And again, higher time frames is, a little easier to see, but you can see them on the lower time frames as well. So on the 5 minute, look, here's all those fair value gaps. And it's funny because if you notice, once it touches a fair value gap, it drops. Touch, drop. right? Kind of goes a little above, but then drops after that. Look, if I stretch this out, it hit this fair value gap and then drop more. So you'll start to get the notion of what this is all about over time when you practice it, all right? But basically, again, from 1 to 3, I mean, we're looking at just 3 candles at a time. And again, you want to be looking at it in the present moment, right? If it's in the past, it doesn't really, hold as much weight because it may have already been tested, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But if you can find this in, the present area of where price is, it's better, okay? So between 1 and 3, if it creates that gap, then, we mark the low and then we mark the high, and then there goes our gap, all right? So I would mark this as a fair value gap to the downside, right? And then I will, just kind of put it behind so we can see that candle that goes in there. So now once you find it, all right, that's the first part, right? Okay, things are bearish. There's bearish pressure here. There's a lot of selling orders. There's big money here. So all you're really doing is waiting for price to come back and hit that fair value gap, right? That's number 2. Okay, but then step 3 is we want to see it reject that fair value gap with some bear candles. If it does that, then that tells us this is a valid gap, all right, where the institutions are still, it's the imbalance, right? This is imbalance, right? So just a big push down, not flowing, with balance, basically, where all these candles are touching the same price point, right? So that's the big difference between these gaps that you may not see with other 3 candles is that, like 1, 2, 3. All right, so these are all bad examples, but right here, 1, 2, 3, these 3 candles. So again, 1, 2, 3. You can see, right? This is, the candle, the body of the candle closed up here, and the body of this candle closed down here. So if we're just going by the body, we absolutely have a gap. But you see the indicators on and they didn't put a gap here. Well, why is that? It's because the wick, right, actually went down to this price point of 86.62. Well, guess what? This third candle, it actually got to 86.62 as well, right? So there is no real gap because both of these candles have shared a price point. All right. Selling, if you will. Okay. But nonetheless, if you can spot these gaps, you just need to understand that they are important because they signify where the banks, the bigger players have, you know, made their orders. All right. And eventually they will come back to these price points to make more orders. Okay. And that's typically what that is all about. So you want to, wait for the gap, identify it, mark it up. Okay. You can use the indicator to have it do it automatically for you, or you can manually do it yourself. After that's, there, then you wait for the pullback, right, to test it. Okay. To see if it's going to respect it and drop or if it's going to break through. You'll never know until the chart shows you what it's going to do, which is why patience is so important in trading, right? People just don't get it, but it's that simple, okay? And then after you see that it is respecting that gap and it's getting ready to, you get some bear candles that actually show up and close, then you can take your sell, putting your stop right above the fair value gap, as chances of it going past that is going to be slim because the market maker showed you, okay, we pushed it up to go back to that imbalance. And now we've placed more orders here. That's why you saw the bears show up. And we're going to go ahead and get it for that same price point again. So again, we're talking price pushed up. It hit this fair value gap to the T. This is also one that I drew out, right? I saw these two, right? And then the indicator also saw those two. Went right up to it, hit it, and now we're in profit. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, if you guys can master, and it's really not hard. I know, if it's your first time hearing it, it may still be Chinese or what have you. But trust me, if you just do this for like a week and not even of just looking for candles that have gaps, you know, marking your zone of that gap between the one and the third, first and the third candle, or using the indicator to do it, and then just see what price does, after it drops and it pulls back to that gap, right? It'll just, again, the gap was created here, right? We drop down, we pull back to the gap, right? Got a little deep inside the gap, and then a massive bearish engulfing candle. Well, then if you sold from right here, right, with your stop above that fair value gap, look, that's only like a 5 pip stop loss, and prices already dropped about 10 pips. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a way to eat when you understand it. But again, it's not on its own, right? Again, I'm pretty sure people have strategies of where, they're only buying or selling off of fair value gaps, but that's not, in my opinion, okay, the way that you should trade. Again, your strategy is your strategy, right? If it works, it works. But ultimately, this fair value gap is used in conjunction with what you see from a market structure standpoint on the higher time frame. All right. So again, yes, price is going down, but it was going down in like a falling wedge kind of manner, which it could have turned bullish, right? But the reason why it's not is because the dollar started to fall. All right. But now you can see we're getting more wicks and stuff. So you never know what you're going to get. But ultimately, you're not supposed to use it on its own, right? If you got that fair value gap to the downside, you want to make sure you're in a downtrend on the higher time frame. If you got that fair value gap that you're trying to play off of to the upside, well, you want to make sure that you're in a uptrend on the higher time frame of whatever it is that you're trading. All right. So options, let me know if that explains it for you. But again, thank you for asking, because a lot of people may not know that. You know what I mean? And the more you know, guys, trust me, the better this gets. Okay. So dollar playing around. We're hovering on a lot of these plays now. Oil just not doing much, but then our dollar and our euro dollar, right? They're tippy toeing, right? So I'm not worried. All right. The only time I will be is if we break above the high of yesterday on the dollar index. At that point, I will absolutely get out of all of my buy plays, right? I will close the euro dollar, I will close the odd dollar, I will close pound, and I will close gold, okay? Just as, this could turn into a lower high and go and, try to get more of this imbalance that we see here. But again, I don't, I'm not psychic, right? But I know how to read. Okay. So again, if it gets above this high, I know what to do, right? Because this is just telling me that there's chances that it may want to go higher. Again, we have what we call false breakout. So even if it goes like this and it gets above the high, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue rising higher, right? You still got to wait even more. That's why, it's stressed. That's why the patience and everything is stressed so much, because it's truly about waiting. I mean, the rest of this stuff is elementary, to be honest with you, right? But then getting this, like, you're like, oh, it broke above the high. All right, I'm gonna buy it. Well, it does a false break and it falls, and you're like, holy shit! He told me to buy it. It was above the high, so it should have gone higher. Well, it breaks the high, then it needs to respect the high, and then the bulls need to show up. That's how you know that it will go higher. See, everybody just thinks the breakout means that it will go higher. Here's your confirmation that it will go higher, right? This is getting out. This is somebody saying, "Hey, I'm gonna leave." Oh, you're gonna. Well, if you go out that door, then you're out of here. So they go out the door, right? And you close it, and then they take off. And you're like, "Oh shit, I guess he's really going." Right? That's the confirmation, right? So again, there's ways of going about it. We have breakout traders, we got retest traders. Retest traders typically have the confirmation, right? The pullback is over, so they see less drawdown, right? The breakout traders don't have confirmation, and a pullback can still happen, so they see more drawdown, but sometimes it's pros and cons to both sides, guys. But overall, looks like we're good, guys. Look at that. We're back in profit. Our dollar is back in profit. Gold dollar is now breaking even lower, guys. So we're doing good. I'm a complete beginner, and I'm wondering if you have any advice. Absolutely, Xavier, man. We are kind of pressed for time right now for me to go into everything, but please go to my website, forexwithbain.com. I will link you. All right, forexwithbain.com. All right, and join my Discord. All right, it is free to join. I do have paid subscriptions for all the goodies that come along with it. But right off the bat, bro, get you a demo account open, okay? With whatever broker you want, right? Forex.com, Oenda.com, or any of these unregulated brokers, right? I trade with Henko Trade. Some people have Hugo's Way. Some people have FOX. I forgot the name. Um, FO, KOT. Um, and there's plenty others, right? I'm sure if you ask around, friends and family or just anyone that's in here, guys, you can throw your broker in there so he'll have some ideas of where he can go. But bro, get yourself a demo account, all right, with any one of these brokers. Open that demo account with $100,000 balance, okay? Um, Start learning about um, what Forex is all about, right? Because right? Yeah, we can tell you, fair value gaps and, double tops, double bottoms, but, all of that is going to be foreign. So you really need to just watch a video on what Forex is really all about just to get yourself, acclimated with what the exchange, right? We're exchanging currencies of the world. So you're buying one currency and selling it for another, vice versa, right? And if you can get a good understanding of that, then that'll be good. The other thing you want to get is an app called Forex Hero. Okay, this is really going to set you up for success, big time. And again, I test this app to a lot of my success because it helped me understand things from economical standpoint. Like when certain, we have major economic news that happens, and how does that affect a particular currency, right? If you have a leg up on that, you're going to do really good, all right? And we call that fundamental analytics. It's just where you learn about what's going on in the world, right? The actual news and events that are happening in the world. We call that fundamental analytics. What you're seeing, what we did this morning, is called technical analytics, where all we really are doing is to see, what's what. And look, our plays are going good right now. Um, and that's technical analytics. So, that app Forex Hero will teach you both. It'll teach you about fundamentals and technicals. Okay. So you'll have an understanding of Forex when you watch that, what is Forex video. Have a demo account that, you can just start to mark up, look at the candles, play with the settings, right? Do whatever you want to do with no harm, no foul. And then Forex Hero is going to start to guide you into really getting a better understanding of the fundamentals and the technicals to the point where you're going to feel like you're ready to probably get into a trade, right? You don't have to fear anything, which is what the demo account is all about. Everybody's a lion in the demo account, all right? It's only, when you fund that live account is when you turn into a little kitty cat, right? So if you can build your confidence, look for a strategy along the way, you'll find something that works for you, right? There's day traders, swing traders, and scalpers. They're all different, and there's so much to dive into. You know what I mean? So, just come along and get in the Discord, and I'll let you know all about it. I'm very hands-on, and I get to all my members, especially when they have concerns or if there's something that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So, those are some of the things that you can do to just kind of get you going. But if you really want to get to it, right, come and join the game. All right. But guys, if there's any other questions, please let me know as it is time to go. But Xavier, thank you for that. Again, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate the love. We are definitely in profit. Odd dollar, we're up 20 or 2 pips. All right, euro dollar looking very good, up 7 pips. Pound dollar, we're now 73 pips, guys, in less than 24 hours. Congratulations to the team. All right, GJ still playing. Dollar CHF, we're now just in profit, about a pip. Gold, we're up just about 10 pips. All right, oil, what we're doing? Nothing yet. NAS, all right, we got a little rejection, but we're still in profit. And I think that was mainly our trades for today, guys. Yep, yep. All right. So again, guys, no other questions, comments, or concerns. We're going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys getting up and rocking with me this morning. It definitely means a lot. You guys keep me going. Do you get on every day and what time? Every Tuesday, typically between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. On my YouTube live. But I do have live trading every Tuesday night and Thursday night in my Discord. So if you want to be a part of that, again, just join the Discord and you'll be able to get more information in the links to, join those lives. But just on YouTube, it's just once a week. That will probably increase. Just have to, kind of get some things out of the way. And then, I'll be a little more active on this from a live standpoint. So you got it. All right, perfect. So again, thank you for joining. Also, that means a lot as well. And guys, be safe out there this morning. You know what I mean? Don't speed. Just know that you're now in some trades that could help you tell your 9 to 5 goodbye. All right. But yeah, guys, in the meantime, in between time, I hope y'all have a great morning, and I will see y'all later. All right. Peace.